Hello, good morning, everyone. Today we'll discuss again a few more problems that are related to dual combustion cycle, right? So as you can see, the expression for efficiency of dual combustion cycle is given by 1 minus 1 divided by r raised to gamma minus 1 multiplied by beta into rho raised to gamma minus 1 divided by uh, beta minus 1 plus beta gamma multiplied by rho minus 1. Okay, so this is the expression for that is dual uh, efficiency of dual combustion cycle. So you have to remember this efficiency equation. You have to remember this efficiency equation. Along with that, you have to remember one more equation, that is mean effective pressure of dual combustion cycle. So this is the expression for mean effective pressure of dual combustion cycle, that is P1 R raised to gamma into bracket beta into bracket rho minus 1 plus beta minus 1 minus R raised to 1 minus gamma multiplied by beta into rho raised to gamma minus 1 whole divided by gamma minus 1 multiplied by R minus 1. See, these expression you have to anyhow you have to memorize for all the cycle. Either it may be Carnot cycle, or it may be Otto cycle, or it may be diesel cycle, or it may be dual cycle. You have to remember all the efficiency equation as well as mean effective pressure of that particular cycle. Okay, so today we'll go with for the very first problem of dual combustion cycle. So the problem statement is here, as you can see, an engine working on dual combustion cycle in air at 1 bar at and 30 degrees Celsius. The clearance is 8 the clearance is 8% of the stroke, and cutoff takes place at 10% of the stroke. The maximum pressure in the cycle is limited to 70 bar. Find A. So here two parameters are to be calculated. First one is A bit, that is temperature and pressure at all the silent points, and air standard efficiency of the dual combustion cycle. So this is to be this is the problem statement, and these two parameters are to be calculated here. Okay, now we will extract the given data first. So as you can see, P1, the initial temperature and pressure is given, that is pressure P1 is equal to 1 bar and T1 is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. So it has to be converted into Kelvin, that is 303 Kelvin. Then the cutoff is 10% of the stroke length. As it is mentioned here, the cutoff takes place at 10% of the stroke. So here this is the 10% of the stroke volume, that is Vs, 10% of the Vs. And at same time, the clearance volume is 8% of the stroke. So this clearance volume, Vc is the clearance volume. So it is 8% of the stroke. Then the maximum pressure in the cycle is limited to 70 bar, as you can see here. So if you see the PV diagram here, if you see the PV diagram, so here the maximum pressure line is 3 to 4, right? 3 to 4 represent maximum pressure. So during 3 to 4 process, heat addition takes place at constant pressure. So that's why the pressure P3 and P4 will remain same, that is 40 bar. So this is the maximum pressure in the cycle, which is limited to 70 bar. So here we need to calculate temperatures. If we plot the TS diagram for this dual combustion cycle, so it will be something like, so here we need to calculate the temperature at all the silent points, that is T1, T2, T3, T4 and T5. We need to calculate all the temperature at all the silent points. Similarly, we need to calculate the pressure P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. For all the silent points, we need to calculate the pressure. No doubt some of the pressure and temperature values are given. So remaining we need to calculate. Along with that, we need to calculate air standard efficiency of dual combustion cycle. Okay, so here you can see T2 should be calculated and T3 should be calculated. So these T2, T3, T4 as well as T5 should be calculated. T1 is already given in the problem. Then similarly, we need to calculate P2 and P5, P2 and P5, whereas as you can see here, P1 is given, and P3 is equal to P4. This value is also given. So we need to calculate only P2 and P5, and we need to calculate the air standard efficiency. We need to calculate air standard efficiency. Okay, we'll go through the problem solving steps here. So here, the very first step is the compression ratio. R is equal to Vc plus Vs divided by Vc. So Vc is nothing but the clearance volume plus stroke volume divided by clearance volume. Okay, so if you rearrange it and if you substitute the values, you will get this R is equal to 13.5 compression ratio. So as you can see here, this Vc, I'm going to replace this Vc by 8% of Vs, right? I'm replacing this. So this is the special point or special note, right? So because this Vc clearance volume is 8% of the stroke volume, so that I'm replacing so that I can get a common term, and this Vs get cancelled. 1 plus 1 divided by 0.08, you will get 13.5 as compression ratio. Then similarly, this row, that is cutoff ratio, it is given by V4 by V3. So here V4 is nothing but Vc plus 10% of Vs. Vc is nothing but the clearance volume and 10% of stroke volume. So that is nothing but V4 divided by V3. As you can see, V3 is here. V3 is nothing but the Vc. V3 is nothing but Vc, that is clearance volume. So just substitute all these values here. You will get cutoff ratio as 1.25. Now one more part that is required, that is expansion ratio. Expansion ratio is, it is the ratio of compression ratio divided by cutoff ratio. So we have calculated both the values here, 13.5 divided by 1.25. So this is equal to 10.8 will be the expansion ratio. Okay, now coming to this, so we have calculated three parts here. That is compression ratio we have calculated. Then we have calculated that is cutoff ratio as well as expansion ratio. Okay, now we'll move to the next part, that is pressure and temperature. Now we'll calculate all the pressure and temperature with respect to PV and TS diagram. Okay, so as you can see here, so from 1 to 2 for the process 1 to 2 on the PV diagram. So P2 by P1 is equal to R raised to gamma, and this is equal to P2 R raised to gamma, right? So here the P2 is the only thing which is to be calculated. So P2 is equal to 1 into 13.5 raised to 1.4. So this will be, P2 will be 38.23 bar. Similarly, now coming to the on TS diagram. So this TS diagram, T2 by T1 is equal to R raised to gamma minus 1. So from this equation, we can calculate T2 is equal to T1 R raised to gamma minus 1, or we can say, if you substitute all the values, you will get T2 is equal to 858.12 Kelvin, 858.12 Kelvin. Then similarly for the process 2 to 3, so this P3 by T3 is equal to P2 by T2, or from this equation I can easily calculate the value of T3. So T3, just substitute the values, rearrange this equation, substitute the value of P3, T2 and P2, I will get T3 is equal to 15.71.32 Kelvin. Now similarly for the process 3 to 4, for the process 3 to 4, so V3 by T3 is equal to V4 by T4. So I can write T4 is equal to V4 by V3. So here I am replacing this V4 by V3 by rho, because this V4 by V3 is nothing but cutoff ratio. So just substitute these values here. So T4 is equal to T3 into rho. So substitute the values. T4 is equal to 1571.32 multiplied by 1.25. So we will get that value of T4 is equal to 1964 Kelvin. That is 1964 Kelvin. And last process, that is from process 4 to 5. So 4 to 5. So P5 by P4 is equal to V4 by V5 raised to gamma. So this is equal to 1 divided by RE raised to gamma. So R is nothing but the expansion ratio. That is nothing but expansion ratio is given by V4 by expansion ratio. Okay, you can observe here P5 by P4. This is given by V4 by V5. This is given by 1 divided by R raised to gamma. So you can please go through this part. It is very important. So I can say RE is equal to expansion ratio is nothing but V5 by V4 it is. V5 by V4 is the expansion ratio. So if you rearrange this, you will get P5 is equal to P4 divided by expansion ratio raised to gamma. So just substitute the values 70 divided by 10 raised to 8, sorry, 10.8 raised to 1.4. 10.8 raised to 1.4. So from this equation, we can easily calculate the value of P5. P5 is equal to 2.502 bar. Now, in the same process, 4 to 5, we need to calculate T5 also. So how you are going to calculate T5? T5 is equal to T4 divided by R e raised to gamma minus 1. So just substitute the values here. So you'll get the value of T5 is equal to 758.1819 Kelvin. 758.19 Kelvin. So see here, now we can observe that we have calculated all the pressure and temperature values in the PV and TS diagram. So we have calculated all the values T2, T3, T4, T5. Along with that, we have calculated P2 and P5. So these are the pressure temperature values at all the silent places which are unknown. Now coming to the air standard efficiency equation. So this, as I told you, air standard efficiency is given by air standard efficiency is given by 1 minus T5 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2 plus gamma into bracket T4 minus T3. Okay, so this is the expression for air standard efficiency of a dual combustion cycle. Just substitute the values here. So 1 minus 758 minus 758.19 minus 303 divided by 1571.32 minus 858.12 plus 1.4 into bracket 1964.04 minus 1576.22. So just substitute the values and operate the calculators properly. We'll get efficiency is equal to 0.6395, right? 0.6395, or we can say 63.95 is the efficiency of this dual combustion cycle. Okay, so the simple steps are there. Okay, simple steps and practice is required, right? Some practice, unless and until we won't practice, we are unable to solve the problems that are related to any of the cycle. Okay,